will slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies.
Ripped from the womb, been feeling the pain. What's the doom, you feeling the same. Trapped in my mind, shit on my brain. Crack in the line, nigga born in the game. Check the timeline, I was clocking the games. Sipping fine wine, ain't no stopping me, man. Put the shit down, now I work for the Lord. Deep in the war with the One West boys. Beast in my face, bitch, come test me. Way too late to how it done bless me. Ain't no hesitate, bitch, come at me. Sword on my waist, bitch, gon' catch heat. Carnivore nigga meat in these teeth. Dinosaur nigga wrote in these streets. Cracker in the figure boat till he squeaks. Soldier won't let him go as he leaks. Redneck in a truck on my block. He gotta let the Lord's private stock. Just to shut him up, neck gon' pop. Can't wait to wet him up, get the orders pop. Can't wait to fuck him up, make the bullshit stop. Once you pop one, just can't stop. 7, 8, 9, stack them to the top. It's not a pop gun, this bitch go
White
blind.
people is, you don't respect anybody's humanity except for your own. You don't respect anybody's pain except for your own. You expect Jewish people to hate Hitler and to hate the Nazis, but you can't understand why we should hate you. You can't understand that because you're not human.
I hate you with the perfect hatred, and I can't let you make it. I hate you with the perfect hatred, and I can't let you make it. Dirty German Shepherd just looking at me, wonder what the motherfucking problem could be. She don't want a motherfucking problem with me. Shit is gon' end motherfucking horribly. Look me in the eyes, bitch, respect my grill. Your presence in my face rejects the chill. Your presence in this place neglects to feel the sharpness of my blade, lovely cold steel. The warmth of the blood dripping on my wrist. The feel of the gut squishing on my fist. Shout out to Karen, you ugly bitch. Please go get Darren so his wig split. From 2 slugs, from my bitch, now that's blue love. In this bitch, we one dub. In this bitch, we shoot dumb slugs at this bitch. Hold up, let me catch my breath. Just pray to the Lord for that whole death. Just pray to my God till ain't nothing left. What I read in the sword make that whole melt. What I read in the sword, the earth felt. Kids of the Lord come back to self. Only task for the boy, maintain self. Only task for us all, play the hand that's dealt. I hate you with the perfect hatred, and I can't let you make it. I hate you with the perfect hatred, and I can't let you make it. I hate you with the perfect hatred, and I can't let you make it. I hate you with the perfect hatred, and I can't let you make it. Clap it up, clap it up. Shalom, Israel. YAHANNA. Officer of Fitness, Shapar Yalabun, Yahweh the Bun, Yasharala. Representing I.S.U.P.K. under the Commanding General YAHANNA, the one true leader of Israel under Christ, man. The Commanding General YAHANNA, coming to you straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, man. And today is the Thursday night brotherhood class. And what I want to get into tonight, what I want to break down tonight, is your enemies, man. Who the Bible says your enemies are. All right? And the word is in such a perfect way. And it describes them so beautifully and what has happened to our people that I don't even have to say no names for you to understand what this is talking about. You know what I'm saying? I.S.U.P.K, you want to read for me, brother? All right, let's turn to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verses 48 through 50. You got the mic? Chapter 28, verses 48 through 50. You know what I'm saying? A major problem with our people that we're having in this land of captivity is we're trying to make people that hate us love us. And it's not possible for these people to truly love us. The only people that can love us as the 12 tribes of Israel is us, the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we have to learn. That's what we have to do to come up. We have to have brotherhood and love for each other. Because if it ain't us, they hate us. You understand what I'm saying? And it's as simple as that. Go ahead, brother. You got it?
Con, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
All right. Now, this verse is describing your enemy. It's describing how you will serve your enemy. So in order to know who this verse is talking about, you understand? Who do you serve? First of all, what nation did the Lord send against us? Blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. What nation of people got together and came and oppressed us? Now, we ain't gonna say no names. What nation came, stole the land from the North American Indians? You know what I'm saying? Started off the enslavement with the Hispanics, with you know what I'm saying, the Hispanic tribes. You understand what I'm saying? Then came through and enslaved us, the so-called blacks, the so-called African Americans. You understand what I'm saying? And are still oppressing those same people to this day. You understand what I'm saying? Who do you pay all your utility bills to? Who do you pay your water bill to? Who do you pay your textile? Who owns all the textiles in America? You know what I'm saying? You might have a designer here or a designer there that's black, but that designer has to buy his material from someone. Who does he serve, or who do we serve in nakedness? Who owns all of the grocery stores? Who owns all of the farms? Who is presently taking away farmland from our brothers and sisters, even as we speak? You understand what I'm saying? Who cons or sets out to destroy our people, the 12 tribes of Israel? The North Americans, the so-called blacks, the Native Americans, and the Hispanics. Who tries to destroy and enslave them in the food game? You understand what I'm saying? In the farm game, in the owning the land. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that the Bible is describing as your enemy. Those people that you serve in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness. You don't own anything here. Nothing important. You don't own anything important. Clothing, food, and water, man. There's things that you cannot survive with. And you have an oppressor that is above you, that owns all three, that you have to serve, that you have to pay for these things. You understand what I'm saying? And in want of all things, man. So it's not just those three things, man. In everything you want, you have to serve this particular people. If you want justice, you have to throw yourself at the feet of these people, man. You understand what I'm saying? Brother George Floyd, they have to have a trial about his murder when his murder was caught on television, man. His murder was videotaped live for everybody to see. The whole world went crazy, and we still have a trial. You even have to serve these people for justice, man. Who? Who is the Bible talking about? Who is the Lord calling your enemy? Give me the rest of it, brother.
Kind, sir. Kind. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Look, man. We've all seen them old slavery pictures of the brother that tried to run, and he's got this large yoke around his neck with what looks like, I don't know, it looks like this, but it's bigger, and it has like damn near antlers sticking out. So he can't run through the woods without getting caught up. Who put that on that brother's neck? Don't answer. We're going to let the people answer it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Of course we know. We the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. We know thoroughly. But we want our people to understand why we call them the devil the Bible speaks of. See what I'm saying? So let's play a game with them, Yabakan. We're going to play Who's Your Enemy? And we're going to use the descriptions to describe their enemy. See what I'm saying? And you still, not only did he place that giant yoke around your neck, most of us still have a yoke of iron around our necks that's destroying us, man. And that's called the Christian cross, man. All you brothers who think you fly, you got the big bling bling diamond around your neck, that's a yoke of iron that's there to destroy you. Because that is a symbol of white supremacy, man. That's a symbol of their pride of killing your king, man. Yahweh, the man that y'all probably call Jesus Christ. If somebody murdered your brother with a machine gun, you wouldn't be walking around here with a machine gun on your neck, man. But instead, you walk around here with a cross around your neck, like it ain't nothing, like it's something special, you know what I'm saying? No, brother, that is a yoke of iron. That's to keep you depressed. That's to keep you under their foot. That's to keep the philosophies that they need in your head, man, in your head. That's to keep you docile. That's to keep you on your knees, man. Do you remember or do you know or have you ever researched how you came to worshiping that cross, man? If you haven't, you need to do some research to see how that particular yoke of iron got around your neck. And hopefully you'll take it off, man, and quit disrespecting my king. Here in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA, we wear the die, man. Because this is what Christ would have wore around his neck. The symbol of his forefathers. The symbol of the throne that he sits upon. Not the symbol of his murder. Not the symbol of his torture. Not the symbol of his death. That's what your enemies wear. That's what your enemies are proud of. Go to 49, Yabakon, please.
Okay. Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
Go ahead.
from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Look here, man. This disgusting, horrible, ugly language that we speak, English, that's not our language. It sounds like, to people who don't speak English, English sounds like dogs growling. It's a dog's language. Our Hispanic brothers, that Spanish you speak, that's not your language, man. You didn't always know that language. You got that language because your enemies murdered, raped, and robbed you and oppressed you and destroyed your heritage. Destroyed and took away your language. You understand what I'm saying? What's that crap that they speak in Brazil? Portuguese. Ain't one Brazilian Portuguese, man. Yeah, that's right. Brazil speaks that language because the Portuguese raped, robbed, murdered, and molested them. You speak the language of your enemies. And all of those languages have one thing in common: a particular nation, a particular breed of animal. You understand what I'm saying? It's English, Spanish, and Portuguese. A specific ape came through and murdered our people and forced their growlings, their growls and snarls upon us. You understand what I'm saying? These people are your enemies. Only an enemy could do a thing like that to you, man. Erase your complete identity and give you growls and snarls. Give me some more, Yabakon.
Okay. Verse 50.
Hold on. Salaki. As swift as an eagle flieth. What nation of people have always walked under an eagle? Deity. Is that a good word, deity? Symbol. Since early BC, they've always walked under this eagle. They still got the eagle on their currencies today. Come on, man. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard, ladies and gentlemen, for you to think about who the scriptures is calling your enemies, man. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall regard,
Shall not regard.
which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor the young.
Who came through, oppressed you, murdered, raped, robbed, and ain't never showed you happiness? Always showed you a mean mug, man. Always showed you a fierce face. Always look at you with hate, man. Who came through and didn't care who they enslaved or who they raped or who they murdered and molested? Didn't care if it was grandma I didn't care if it was the little baby. Everybody got sold, raped, molested, and murdered, man. Everybody got it. Everybody got thrown into the belly of a slave ship. They never said, oh, that one is too young. They never said, oh, that one is too old. Oh, this gentleman is too old to be a slave. No, they never released you. Once you were born, you were a slave until the day you died. They did not care about the old or the young. They have no regard for that. Still to this day. Who took your babies and fed them to alligators, man? Who took our children and bust their heads on rocks, man? Who still to this day has little young Hispanic babies locked up at the border, man, in dog kennels? Who? Who is the Lord telling you your enemy, man? It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to dig that deep to figure it out. The scriptures say it plain to you. Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 4. But we are so oppressed, we have Stockholm syndrome, man. To where those that hurt us, that seek to hurt us, we look at them like, why? Why do you hate us so? We never done you anything. We look up to them. When we should understand that they are our enemies. When we should understand that the only friends we have is each other. When we should understand the only way we'll survive is to pull away from them and gather ourselves together. To pull away from them and separate, man. The tiger can't live in the same cage as the sheep.
That's right.
Something's going to get consumed. You got my verse, brother?
Khan, sir. This is Amos, chapter 9, verse 4. And though they go into captivity before their enemies.
Who? One more time.
And though they go into captivity before their enemies.
Who did we go into captivity before? Keep going.
Thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them. And I will set mine eyes upon them for evil, and not for good.
Who's been slaying us, man, for 400 years? Murder after murder after murder. Once they can't hang us anymore, they send their police officers afterwards to put their knees in our necks. And then when that happens, they want to go into your records, man, and say, oh, he was a drug dealer. Well, he's a drug dealer because he had to survive in a nation of his enemies, man. That's the only game that his people was given, crime. They're blocked out of everything else. Anything that we have, our enemies steal from us one way or the other. They made it possible a few years back for poor black people to get homes, man. To have a sample of their American dream, man. And then the market crashed. And you wound up losing all those homes, man. Because they don't lie. They don't care about the 12 tribes, man. What they care about is themselves. You might get your $1,400 stimulus. That's all right. But that money's doing you no good, man. It's going right back to their rich as soon as you get it. Don't fall for the okie doke, man. You think welfare is for you? Welfare is not for you, man. Food stamps is not for you. It's so you won't uprise. If it wasn't for your little food stamps and rental cuts and HUD and all of that, you wouldn't work at McDonald's. You would burn McDonald's down for $7.50 an hour. They would have to pay you $20, $25 an hour. Welfare, food stamps, and all of that crap, that's for the rich. That's so the rich can continue to pay you pennies and you not uprise, man. That's what it's for. Because without it, it would be an uprising. You would be starving. You wouldn't accept minimum wage. Without it, those rich people would have to pay you. Who is the rich in this land? Shit, of this earth. We have to ask ourselves these questions, man. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 7. And there's a reason, man, that the Lord has done this to you. And we're out there every day, man, trying to teach our brothers and sisters what that reason is and what's expected of us from the Lord to come up out of this, man. And the answer is real simple. What you need to do is follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Chapter 12, verse 7. You need to get your behind to your nearest Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. Get in here, man, so we can teach you how to be what the Lord expects you to be. What's demanded of you. You have no choice, or your enemy will continue to rape, rob, kill, steal, maim, destroy, make you disgusting. Go ahead, sir.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 7. I have forsaken mine house. I have left mine heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hands of her enemies.
Your heritage that's been left behind is what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is fighting so diligently to give back to you. And that heritage is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man. That heritage is how the instruction book of how to be perfect, how to be an amazing people, an instruction book of how to take back what's truly yours, and that's rulership of the earth. Because right now your enemies rule it. And instead of life, you're choosing death. Death is this world, man. This world that your enemies have designed to keep you trapped in. Life is the kingdom of the Lord. And that is within us. That is by us, that comes alive by us taking back our heritage. Taking back the law, statutes, and commandments and living by them. Not by the heritage that your enemies give you, which is eating pork, eating crawfish, being homosexual, being sexual deviants, leaving your woman, having multiple kids for multiple men, all types of other disgusting things, broken homes, our brothers and sisters being criminals, black on black crime. This is the heritage that your enemies have given you. The heritage that you've left behind is eating clean food, loving your brothers and your sisters, strong black households, man. Raising these babies the way they deserve to be raised, man. Into warriors and princesses, man. Into priests and prophets and mothers. Instead of homosexuals and whores.
That's right.
We have to take back our heritage and put away the heritage that our enemies set before us. Your enemies choose who you look at on TV, man. It's not by accident that Cardi B and Buffy the Stallion is on stage in front of everybody doing a P-pop on a handstand, man. That's not by incident. Your enemies knew they were going to do it, watched them rehearse it, and said, yeah, that's exactly what we want you to do. That's exactly what we want black little girls and boys to see. That's exactly what we want your daughters to grow up to be. So they put it on the TV for all of our children to see. And you're so taken away from your heritage, you just think it's all right. You just think if your daughter watches whores, well, maybe she won't grow up to be a whore if all she sees is whores. La sis. Her mother's a whore, and everything she sees on TV is a whore. She has no chance but to be a whore. Now, if you don't want that to happen, if you want your baby to have a fighting chance, I suggest you come into the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General YAHANNA and learn your heritage. Put away the heritage that your enemy's trying to give you. Learn the heritage that the Lord wants you to have. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4, sir.
17 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Not 12. Okay, fine.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. Personally, I don't want my baby girl being no whore. My damn daughter's a princess. And she is going to go to a warrior. And she is going to raise warriors and princesses. There will not be any whores, homosexuals, bitch-ass niggas coming out of the house of Shapar Ya'ala. Because my house will serve the Lord. Give it to me, sir.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For he hath kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Before African Americans were thrown into slavery and shipped here, we didn't know this land. Just like I was previously discussing, we have lost our heritage. That heritage is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. And we serve our enemies. That's why we're whores on TV. Lil Nas X doing the most unseen, lewd, disgusting things I've ever seen on TV. That's why we get knees in our necks. That's why they're murdering us without anybody caring. Because we have discontinued from our heritage. And now we serve our enemies. How do we serve our enemies? Black on black crime. Selling drugs. Hating each other. Being these despicable things that they want us to be. That's them. That is not us. Our people are that right now because we worship them. Because we have Christmas. Because we have New Year's. Because we celebrate our birthdays. The 4th of July, we sing the national anthem. We celebrate Thanksgiving. Things that are against us and only for them. We don't celebrate our heritage. The Passover. Coming in a couple of weeks, man, in H-Town. It's about to be all the way live. I can't wait. Ooh, wee. I'm about to be so live, man. I'm gonna sparkle like glitter. I'm gonna walk in and my feet ain't gonna even move, y'all, because I'm be too clean, baby. You understand what I'm saying? This is gonna be a glorious event, man, on the 26th. You understand what I'm saying? The whole ranch rented out, man. We got a mansion party going down. You know what I'm saying? Got the slaughter of the lambs going down. You know what I'm talking about? It's about to be a magnificent and glorious thing, man. That's our heritage. Magnificence. Where we celebrate our victories. Passover, we celebrate the Lord murdering Hamites, man, for our sake, to get us out of bondage. That's right. The same way he's about to do your enemies. Instead of celebrating your enemies' murder of your brothers and sisters on Thanksgiving. Stop serving your enemies, man. Start serving your own people, man. It only makes sense. It only makes sense is to get in here in the I.S.U.P.K and learning what's yours, man, and stop following them. Your enemies, out of a million poems and a million poets, they gonna pick the poem that's talking negative about you, fighting for your freedom, and make it their national anthem. Then today, expect you to stand for it. They expect you to honor it, even though it is against you. but you still rather follow the heritage that they want to give you instead of take back yours that you lost. La You're not doing it no more. They can keep all that crap to themselves. I'm going to do what the Lord want me to do. I'm going to go show out for the Passover, man. I'm going to go take all 11 agents out my damn house and throw them deep in the trash can, man. The way the Lord say do. I'm going to eat me some lamb. I'm going to eat me some unleavened bread. And I'm going to enjoy my folks, my people, man. Instead of celebrating Christmas. You got some more, YAHANNA?
Jeremiah 12 and 12:4.
Let's go to Lamentations. Chapter 1, 5 through 6. Have some pride in yourself. Understand when they're talking about being American, they're not talking about you. There's only one race that's here that's considered American. You have African Americans. You have Latino Americans. You have Mexican Americans. You have, I don't know what else, Native Americans. There's only one race that's considered just American. Everybody else is something else. You are not American. You are of God. You are of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. You understand what I'm saying? Get being American out of your head. America doesn't accept you. America doesn't want you. America is your enemy, and it treats you like it's your enemy. Stop trying to be its friend. Stop begging it to love you. Love each other. Get away from that which hates you, man. If you had an old man or old lady that hated your guts, you'd be trying to get the hell away from that person. But you want to be American when America religiously hates you. When America lies to you every day. When America told you your king was a white Hell's Angel. Looked like he's full of acid and meth. When that actual person was one of the most disgusting heathens to ever walk the earth. That's how much America hates you. America doesn't want to give you anything. Let's go, brother.
This is Lamentations, chapter 5, verse 6. We have given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians.
Chapter 1, Lamentations, chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. Chapter 1.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 1, verse 5. Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper. For the Lord hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions.
Hold on. Who's prospering? Who's chief on the earth? Because we are afflicted. Who became the strongest? What nation of people became the strongest race of people on the earth today because of our enslavement, because of our fall. Read it one more time from the top, Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 1, verse 5. Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper. For the Lord hath afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions.
Do you hear it? This is the Bible we're reading, man. The Lord is telling you something. He's telling you who your enemy is. I'm not making this up. Here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we don't make it up, man. We're not making it up. We're reading you the scriptures. We're trying to put it through your head what the Lord is trying to tell you. That these people are not your friends. They're your enemies. They prosper. They are chief in the world because you have fallen, because you won't do what the Lord wants you to do, because you like crawfish and crabs and lobster and pork. Simple things like that, because you want to continue being a homosexual. And because you want to be your enemy, because you want the heritage that they want you to have, instead of craving the heritage that the Lord prescribed you, that the Lord wants you to have. So now you're at the bottom, and they're at the top, when it's supposed to be vice versa. You need to run. Don't walk, run to your nearest Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. Stop it. Stop being a butthole, man. Stop being an idiot. I don't understand why, man. I don't understand why all people love being disgusting, love being at the bottom. Get out of there. Get down. I don't understand why all people love being disgusting, man. Love being treacherous, untrustworthy. Love killing each other. Why do our people not understand that we have an enemy? And that enemy is the cause to everything that we are afflicted with today. You got high blood pressure, it's because your enemy put ramen noodles in your hood and made them fucking 4-packs for 25 cents and oppressed your mother so she was poor, ran your daddy out your house so you ain't have nothing to eat, so you ate ramen noodles your whole life, and it ain't nothing but damn plaster and salt. The noodles. Niggas worried about their enemies poisoning them with the vaccine, and he's already poisoning you with the noodles. The noodles. Read the rest, brother, please.
Her children. Top from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. Verse 6. And from the daughter of Zion, all her beauty is departed.
All of your beauty is departed. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the daughters of Zion. We are what this is speaking of, us. The blacks Native Americans, and Hispanics, man. All of your beauty has departed from you. All this is saying is that we don't keep the Lord's commandments anymore. Instead of being beautiful and being perfect and not sinning and being a holy people, we're heathens. We're disgusting like our enemies. Instead of being glorious and upright and being able to walk with our heads in the air and being able to say, that goddamn pork out of my face. I don't eat trash. I don't eat garbage. I'm a priest, man. Right. Instead of being able to say that, you shovel it in your mouth, man. Because you don't have no pride about yourself. Because you follow your enemy's heritage. And his heritage, his heritage is hating you. So you hate yourself, man. Because as long as you follow him and what your enemy has for you, you will continue hating yourself. Because he's only going to teach you to be something that's worthy of hate. Instead of what we're trying to teach you. Being something that's worthy of praise, worthy of worship, worthy of greatness, man. Worthy of complete and total awesomeness. We're supposed to be walking around this bitch shining. You understand what I'm saying? We're supposed to be walking around here, man, gliding on ice, man. But instead, you rather swim in doo-doo. Go ahead, brother. Read me some more.
Her princes are become like harts that find no pasture.
Let me break this down. A hart. What this verse is talking about, a hart is a deer. You know what I'm saying? What it's saying is we walking around this bitch looking and looking. We're like a hart that has no pasture. We're looking for a place to call home, and we don't even know what home is. Obviously, this land isn't our home. We get murdered every day on screen. Your enemy can stick his knee in your neck until you die on video, and there's still a trial. And he still has a chance to get away with it. You have no pasture. You have no home. You're a heart with no pasture. Come on, brother, give me some more.
Okay. And they are gone without strength before the pursuer.
And you're gone. You don't have no strength before the pursuer, man. You ain't got no army. You ain't got no way to put your hands up against your enemies, man. Matter of fact, you ain't got no hands. You ain't got one boxing lesson. You ain't never took taekwondo. You ain't never even watched a karate movie in your life. You have 0 hands. You have absolutely no strength. So you're on your damn knees celebrating the 4th of July.
That's right.
You don't even want to stand up. If you wanted to stand up, you'd be in through these doors over here, man. If you wanted to stand up, you turn your back on your enemies, man.
That's right.
Instead of kissing their boots. Here in I.S.U.P.K. under Commander General YAHANNA, we make your enemies kiss our boots.
That's right.
The way it should be. Because all of this was made for our sakes, man. And you got to believe that. Because that's what the Bible says. This is ours. All of it. You just got to come through and earn it. You just got to come through these doors, sit your ass down, and learn how to be a better people. Learn how to take back your heritage. Right. Learn how to put away the heritage of disgustingness, of homosexuality, lewdness, broken homes, women being whores, men being homosexuals. That heritage has to go away. That's the heritage that your enemies want you to have. It's not a heritage that someone that loves you would want to have. Someone that loves you wouldn't want your men to be homosexuals. They would want your men to be warriors, right, and to impregnate the women. That's right. So you can have a nation, a great exceeding nation. People that love you want all of your women to have warm bellies. That's right. People that hate you want you to be Lil Nas X. Pull all the fathers out the home, leaving the sons with just the mama and just the auntie and just the grandmama. So the son is surrounded by women, all coddling and holding them, and hopefully the son has a woman in his life that's smart enough to stop him from acting like a bitch. But more than likely, he don't have no woman in there that'll stop him from being a little girl. And there ain't no man nowhere around. And then your enemy teaches the women that it's all right for him to act like a little girl. That's just who he is. So now your son grows up to be Lil Nas X. Just what your enemies want him to be. And then you go celebrate, what's coming up? What shit? Easter, right? That's what Easter. You go celebrate one of their gods. Instead of celebrating the Passover with us, to celebrate your God. Right. Because then again, you want their heritage. You don't want your heritage. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 16 to 17. This will be my last two.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Joe Biden.
He imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Every other Democratic nominee that's ever been in the earth.
He imagined how to throw thee into a pit.
But he gonna talk to you so sweet. He gonna run that game all up in your ear, man. Vote for me. Then the next thing you know, all your sons is homosexuals. Then the next thing you know, you're right back in the ghetto. You're right back where they want you to be. You're right back being disgusting. They're taking resources away from everything that they had to help you. The first thing Joe Biden did when he stepped into office was fire the brother that told the earth that we were dying from the coronavirus because of our health, because of underlying health problems that we had. The first thing he did was fire the brother that told the earth you were dying from the coronavirus because of your oppression. He had to go first, but Joe Biden speaks so sweet, man. So sweet you forget he said we don't need no more uppity niggas in the Senate. So sweet you forget his past, how he didn't want his little children riding in the bus with yours, how he didn't care about why they were criminals. I don't care about why they're criminals. We just need to lock them up. I don't care about what America has done to them. I don't care that they're starving. And that's why they're selling dope. I just don't want them selling the dope to my kids. I'm not going to blame my kids for buying the dope. I'm just going to blame those niggas that's selling it. And let's lock them all up. You forget he writes a crime bill that locked up everybody, brother and uncle, man.
Right.
Everybody daddy went to jail forever. These people are your enemies, man. Locked up my brother for 26 years. It took the absolute devil, Donald Trump, to let him out. Dang. And when he got out, he couldn't cope with the technology of the day. Because when he got locked up, we were still on beepers and it wasn't no goddamn ATM machines. So my brother was paranoid, eating aluminum foil. Joe Biden. And we think these people are our friends. They're your enemies. They want you dead. What you got, brother?
Salakia, priest. I was going to say, man, that 3 strikes rule, every major crime bill that Joe Biden signed shows how he feels about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. He really wants you underneath the jail. And if you somehow, by a miracle called the coronavirus, find your way out of it, that hellhole that he put you in is going to be like home. Because there's no, after you get outside after 25 years of being in a cement building, what you gonna do, man? You don't even know how to really get right back into life, man. He went from having a computer at being a half of a wall in a building to now it's in the palm of your hand. Right. I would be paranoid too, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then they don't even give these brothers no kind of help, man. Right. They don't even get them acclimated to the time. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is a very, very different world than what it was in 97. But they expect you to just survive. You know why? Because they want you to go back to crime so they can lock you back up. While I was there trying to help my brother, I called the police. I called the police because I wanted them to take him and get him help. I couldn't get him to do it himself. It was the last thing I could possibly do to save my brother's life. He was eating aluminum foil. He had aluminum foil wrapped around his head. He had it wrapped around his arms. He had it wrapped around his legs. Brother, somebody shooting some beams in my brain. This was some serious demon. Right. The police get there. They look at my brother. He has foil wrapped around his head, his arms, and his legs. The policeman says, can't do nothing. I said, you can't do anything. I said, look at him. He got fucking foil wrapped all over his body. Oh, he doesn't want to come with us willingly. I said, willingly? Take him. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? Just, mess up somebody's rights? You want us, you know what I'm saying? This is what the cop said. You want us to go against his rights? I said, you go against black people's rights every day.
That's right.
You can't go against his rights and force him to get help?
Right.
What you want him to do? What he got to do? Oh, You want him to go hurt somebody. Or you want him to hurt himself so he can go back to the hellhole he came from. That's what you want. And I had to leave my brother. Thank God he's a strong person, because he's a lot better right now than he was then. These people are not your friends. They are your enemies.
That's right.
The whole nation. Stop celebrating them. Learn the law, statutes, and commandments. Come into the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. Learn how to celebrate your God and what your God has done for your people. And stop celebrating them. Stop honoring your enemies. Stop being what they want you to be and start being who the Lord wants you to be. So we can get up out of here. You got some more, brother?
Come on, priest. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
He'll weep. He'll get on TV, have a couple of little tears in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? He'll cry a little bit. You'll see one or two of them cry because of what happened with George Floyd. You see one or two of them, but they don't care.
Right.
They want your blood.
That's right.
And not only do they want your blood, that's not enough. They want your servitude. And they want you to stand for their anthem that they have that's written against you. They want you to have no pride. Killing you is not enough. Complete and total obedience is what they want. They want you ground down to powder.
That's right.
To where you won't even pick your head up no more, man. Blood is not enough for them. They want your soul. They want you celebrating them. They want you celebrating how graciously they murdered your brothers for Thanksgiving. Your death is not enough. That's why when the king comes back, their death won't be enough.
That's right. That's right.
Beware of your enemies, man. Understand who these scriptures are talking about and quit denying it. That way, you can come in here and you can learn what we got to do to get up out of here, man. And with that, I turn the class over to Officer Ron, man. All right. Shalaki, Officer Barak Yat. Gotta turn it. Y'all, can I turn the camera, brother?
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sisters: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Passover, which is on the 14th day of the first month, Saturday, April 24th, 2021, man. Down here in Houston, Texas. Remind all Akim and Akwathium to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Yeah, with that concludes the security announcements.